morning, Year 7s. Welcome back to the second lesson in the Philosophy for Children unit. Today's lesson title is The Happy Prisoner. But as usual, before we continue, green pens to the ready, and I want you to look back at last lesson and write down 3 things that you've learned. Off you go. You may pause the video to do this. So what are we learning today? As previously stated, the lesson title is The Happy Prisoner. The objectives are to identify what it takes to be happy, to evaluate the idea of freedom, and for you guys to articulate, to explain an abstract point of view, i.e. a point of view that's not very clear. Your favorite books, video games, music, etc. And I want you to create a blueprint and annotate it. What this means is I want you to do a rough sketch, an outline of what your prison cell would look like if you were to be the happy prisoner. What would you need to make you happy? Once again, you may use the list that you've just created to give you ideas. You may pause the video to do this. Off you go. Welcome back. Now that you've designed your perfect prison, what is missing? What would make the prisoner even happier? Take some thinking time. Go and speak to a sibling, speak to your parents, guardians, and discuss this with them. You bounce your ideas off them and create a spartagram of things, ideas that you think, if implemented, would make this prisoner even happier. You may pause the video once again to do this. Off you go. Welcome back to The Happier Prisoner. Let's have a look at this. He even finds he's sharing a cell with another prisoner who he likes very much and who likes him. They both enjoy the same things and really like talking to each other. However, if the man were to try to leave the prison, he would be unable to. But he does not want to leave. He is very happy there. So we have a man in a prison who is very happy there and has no desire to leave. But if he did want to, he would be unable to. Is the man really free? Now, this links back to the first 2 objectives, and these were to do with the concept of freedom, but also the concept of happiness as well. Pause the video and have another discussion with a nearby sibling, with a parent. Share this time with them and ask them, is this man really free? You may pause the video to do this. Off you go. Hi, welcome back. I hope you were able to provoke some good discussion within your household. This activity is a T-chart activity. I want you to create a chart. Just simply draw a line down the middle and a line across the top. Do not forget to use a ruler, please. On one side, I want you to write the title, Ways That the Prisoner is Free. For example, has he or she got the freedom to watch television, to read books? On the other side, write the title, Ways That the Prisoner is Not Free. And essentially, you're going to make a list, I would say a minimum of 3 each side, of ways that the prisoner is free or not free. After you've done that, I want you to write a little evaluation weighing up these ways the prisoner is free or not free. In other words, how free or not free is the prisoner? What's your opinion? You may pause the video to do this. Off you go. Welcome back. This next video activity is looking at the more modern concept of freedom. We find that this is usually equated with the concept, or linked to rather, the concept of having rights, human rights to be more precise. I want you to watch the video via the link on the slide, and as you are watching, I want you to note down at least 5 freedoms you think you have living as a year 7 as a child in the UK. You may press the link now and off you go. Now you can see clearly it says freedom is slavery. Interesting concept. In philosophy, the idea of freedom is taken 2 ways. One would say it is the absence of restrictions, or one would say it is living in a state of being where you can do whatever you want. So if you follow my logic, you could in theory be locked up, but you are free to do all the things you enjoy now being outside. Whereas you could be free and outside, but there might be forces there that are restricting you from doing whatever you like. It's like one of my favorite philosophical questions I like to ask students. If you had £1 million, are you rich? Most would say yes. If you had £1 million on a deserted island where there's nowhere to spend the money, are you rich? So taking that forward, we're going to look now at a clip. It's from a famous book that was turned into a film. The book is called 1984. It's written by George Orwell. Okay. If we read through, there's a little fact there for you. It says you are seen up to 3,000 times a week by CCTV cameras. You have freedom and human rights, but what are we giving up to have these freedoms? What cost do we pay for these freedoms? Are we really free? I want you to watch the video and make as many notes as you can, and I want you to come back and use that information to put together a paragraph answering that question. Are we really free? Essentially, I want you to show me your ability to reason and to think and to sustain an argument. You may press the link, enjoy the video, and off you go. Welcome back. The last thing we're going to be looking at is our plenary, and this is a very big question. Do we create our own prisons? Big concept there, huh? I want you to essentially think and share. And by share, I mean go and find someone once again in your household. Have a chat with them, have a discussion. With apps like Facebook and Twitter, Snap, updating our profiles. Do we become slaves to other people's opinions? Do we become slaves to these apps whenever we hear a notification ping? Do we base our whole self-worth and image on likes? Are we prisoners to social media even? Looking forward to seeing your responses to these questions. Until next time, goodbye and stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.